Hot, sweaty, muggy, grounds not fit for purpose. No, I'm not talking about Sidi Moussa. It's very hot in London at the moment, but that's not going to stop Algeria taking on Tanzania in Annaba on Thursday evening with kick-off at 8 o'clock in Annaba. It's the same stadium Algeria played in a recent friendly against Tunisia. Are Algeria going to get the win this time in the east of the country? You've got to say the atmosphere was incredible. And that's no surprise that despite all the fancy brand new built stadiums, you've got the Baraki Stadium, the Oran Stadium, of course two stadiums that Belmadi and Algeria have utilised within the past 12 months, that it's good to spread the football around. It's like when England play at Wembley, then they play at Old Trafford. They'd like to spread it around, make the whole country feel welcome, essentially. That's what's happening here with the Algerian national team playing the game in Annaba. Now, of course, Algeria, very, very comfortable, have already qualified for the tournament. Not just that, have qualified as group winners. And we, get this, we've got more points than any other side in the whole of the CAF qualifying. We're on top for the most points. No team in Africa has more points than Algeria at this moment in time. And it will probably stay that way should we get the 3 points and make it 6 wins out of 6. And when you think, a couple of the games, we haven't had our main team. And it will be the same for this game because Belmadi has confirmed that this game he will be doing the trying and testing squad lineup. The main team, we rested, left in cotton wool, and they'll play against Senegal next week. So Algeria against Tanzania. What can we expect? Well, on paper, you'd think it should be an absolute battering. Do you remember the days of, we used to smack Tanzania 7-8, 9-0? Remember Gudiora and Gulam tied there, just banging them in, pelting them in left, right and centre from about 50 yards out. Seems to me that the smaller teams and the bigger teams are getting closer, and that's what you want. You want more competition, you want more competitiveness, you don't want it to be a walk in the park. But of course, this is a competitive game. Algeria need to win it to secure pot 1 for the upcoming draw in the AFCON group phase draw next month. So what can we expect? Well, like I said, the two teams met recently. In that game, when the actual AFCON Algeria won, Algeria played the B team in the group stage and beat Tanzania in the final group game. So the teams have played quite a few times, have met each other in recent years, and every time the scoreline seems to be getting smaller and smaller. Of course, we played Tanzania away earlier on in this this group phase when Bilal Brahimi played in that game, played very well, had good link up with Amora. Bilal Brahimi not in this squad this time, unfortunately. So, what team are Algeria going to play? Like I said, Belmadi has confirmed that we're not going to see the main team. So the goalkeeper is really now going to be an interesting choice because whoever he puts there, Mandrea and Zugba, you expect the other one to play the Senegal game. So I expect the keeper he plays in this game is going to be the number 2. Let's say, for argument's sake, that Zugba is in goal for this game. Left back, I'll be surprised if Ait-Nouri plays here. I think he'll play Lucif at left back. I think at right back he will play Van den Kerkhoff, resting Ait-Nouri, resting Yusuf Attal for those two key positions in that big game against Senegal. And of course, Yusuf Attal scored a banger in the last game for Decent Liga. He did come off with a knock, but he comes off in every bloody game with a knock, this guy. So, full-backs, that's how I see it. Centre-backs, will he rest Mandy and Ben Sebaini? Will he play two-guy with Tuba? Who is in front of the pecking order at this moment in time? We're not too sure. It could be Mandy and two-guy. Be interested to see what two centre-backs the manager goes with. In the midfield, so we said Houssem Aouar was injured. Interestingly, Belmadi has not drafted in a replacement, and I don't think he will. So that means he's going to go ahead with 24 players. Does it mean that Houssem Aouar will be available for the Senegal game? Keep an eye on that one because he's not ruled it out. It's a long shot, but if he's not replaced Aouar, looks like the door may be open. Of course, he was named in the original list, so it's possible if need be. But with respect to Tanzania, we're playing at home. Our midfield here, even with probably Zorgan playing, probably with Kadri playing, and probably with maybe Boudaoui playing or Abdelli. We don't really know what the best midfielders are. I suspect Zarouki won't play this game. I'd like Kadri to play the Senegal game. He might play him here. The midfield, I'm going to guess it'll be Zorgan, Kadri, and Abdelli. I don't think Shaibi will play. I'd be shocked if Shaibi starts if he said he's going to rest the main team. On the right, Boatnani to start against Tanzania would be really, really exciting. This could be the game where he makes his name in front of the home fans. It's a huge game for Boatnani. Of course, Mahrez will then start on the right against Senegal. He's arrived to the squad late because Belmadi said he was getting married to Taylor Ward. I mean, the guy seems to be marrying her every 5 minutes. I mean, how many nikahs does he want? How many rings? He's going to have about 5 rings on all his fingers. Seems to be getting married all the time. Anyway, Bouanani would have started the game regardless. On the left, Benrahma and Amora is closer than people think, considering Amora is very favourable over Benrahma at this moment in time with the national team, and he's got that recent move to a team in the Europa League, Union Saint-Gilloise, who are going to be going to Anfield later in the year. So that's West Ham and Union, two clubs in the same European competition. So that Benrahma Amora is now closer than people think. And up front, he could put Amora down the middle with side players on the left. I think Amora will play on the left, and I think Mahious will play up top. And Bounedjah, again, another player coming back from injury recently. And if he goes for Mahious down the middle, we can rest Bounedjah for that Senegal game. And we know Senegal bloody hate facing Baghdad Bounedjah, so keep him wrapped in cotton wool. So maybe Amora, Mahious and Bouanani, bags of pace from both wings. You're going to need that against the likes of Tanzania. You look at their squad, they've got Samatta up top, who used to play in the Premier League of Aston Villa. He's not at such a good club these days. They've got a couple of players in England in non-league, the likes of Aldershot and Basford United. I mean, come on, if Bouanani's running against non-league defenders, we should be battering these 10-0. But it never is the case like that, is he? You got Masuva, I think he's playing in the Algerian League for Juska. That's the level we're playing. So it's going to be a quick trick for him. Tanzania, managed by the Algerian Adel Amrouche. There's a bit of a war going on. He's got a point to prove. Because remember, Tanzania come into this game needing to get something, while Uganda host Niger also needing to get something. So Algeria effectively win and Uganda effectively win. It's going to come down to the goal difference. And Niger have said they're going to basically throw the game because they want Uganda to go after what happened between Niger and Tanzania. There's a bit of bad blood. So Niger are going to, I think they're going to throw the game to Uganda. So Tanzania, I think they're going to have to play for a draw. I think they will play for a draw. They only need 1 point, Tanzania. It's in their hands, so to speak. They just need to draw the game and they'll be there at the tournament. If they lose a game, I suspect Uganda's goal difference will swing it the other way, and it'll be Algeria and Uganda making their way to the tournament under the Serbian Milos Radovic. So let's see how this game pans out. It'll be a much changed Algeria, Thursday evening in Annaba. It should be a good atmosphere. I'm sure that stadium will be filled hours before kickoff. Of course, a shame for the fans not to see some of the key players play that game. Of course, they were wanting to see the likes of Mahrez, Shaibi, Ait-Nouri, Ben Sebaini, but that midfield is going to look quite weak without Benasser in it, without Awar in it, without even Zarouki in it. And everyone would say that. It's going to look fairly weak, isn't it? I suspect Algeria will have a good day out. I think it will be close. Whether Algeria's win is big enough to overturn the Uganda-Niger result, it'll be very, very close. It'll be interesting when we look back at that. But should be a good game. Should be a good game. It's always hard to judge the Algeria performance when we're not playing the main team. But with respect, with our B team, with Amora and Bouanani, assuming they bomb it forward, with Van den Kerkhoff overlapping, with Lucif overlapping, with midfielders that play in Europe, to be fair, we should win by 3 or 4. Because these players in this 11, they're playing not just for winning this game, they're playing for a place on the plane to Abidjan. Because these players are the ones that might not go. You look at the likes of Mehdi Laris, Bilal Brahimi, in the last time they were there the last time we played qualifiers and whatever. They're not even in this squad. So this lot are playing for their place on the plane. So let's see how this game goes. I think Algeria will win the game by 3-0. I think we need to keep a clean sheet as well, because we seem to be struggling to keep clean sheets at the moment as well. Every time I play a game, even Niger scored against us, didn't they? So it'd be good to get a clean sheet, particularly with a changed defence. But I might go Algeria to win 3-0 against Tanzania. So good luck to Tanzania. Good luck to Uganda, who host Niger. But it's going to be a one-way shootout to see who gets that second spot. And Tanzania would be really wanting to go. It's tough. Can Samatta nick a few goals? I just think that Tanzanian defence will be beaten. It'll be breached. I think Uganda will smack Niger. And unfortunately, it's bad news for Tanzania. But I'm sure they'll be buzzing. The streets of Dar es Salaam. I mean, look at this. You can have world-class Algerian players here playing against Tanzania. It's a great moment for them. But let's see how this game pans out. Should be a good one. Looking forward to seeing the national team back in action before we have that big game next week against Senegal. Let me know your score predictions in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. I'll see you next time.